out here. Hour and a half in the dirt, and got to where we're glassing this morning. Just barely beating the sunrise. I think my spot's gonna be right up there. So our drive out here, I did something kind of dumb and decided to try a new route, and it was significantly sketchier than I thought it would be. So at 4 in the morning, so pitch black, we had a full moon, that was nice, lights did great. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the routes I know from now on if I'm gonna do that. Come out here that early. Okay, so no dew today, which is fine. I might go just sit on a watering hole next time instead of cross towards the watering holes. At least get eyes on some deer and kind of go from there. Okay, so parked right down there. The sun's starting to come up. I thought this would be a decent spot, but I'm just glassing into a bunch of bushes. That's a little bit higher, so I'm gonna try and get over there. So I think next trip we're just gonna go sit on a water tank. Somewhere right out there is where we saw a deer when we were out here last time, but I'm not having luck out here, so we're gonna find some water next week and just sit right on it, I think.
.49 miles to target. ETA 1.
This week in the garage has turned into this couple weeks in the garage because I've been out scouting and stuff. A couple scouting trips, getting out into some hills and looking for deers. Talked to one of my buddies yesterday who works at Game and Fish. Gave me some good pointers on where I should be looking for deers and what time of the day I should be looking for deers and all that fun stuff. Stuff coming up. I'm giving away this Boss manifold. Ran it on the truck. Second fastest manifold I've ran behind the ported 18 GT, which is on the truck right now. But these guys get really good results, really good times, giving it away when we hit 250. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and try and get yourself a manifold. Projects for the spring. I am going to rebuild the back half of the truck because right now it's got so many dead tubes and like it's not put together nicely, and I can do it way better. So I designed a new bed cage out of spaghetti and marshmallows because that's all I had. And then my sister, who's an engineer at Purdue, said, hey, dude, go to Tinkercad. It's a website, and you can draw that stuff up in CAD. So I said, okay. So I went to Tinkercad and figured out how to draw it all up in CAD. And as you can imagine, while discussing this with all the homies, now half of my camera roll is just these. Oops, that's my son. Half the camera roll is just all of these things. So that's cool. Fun new project. Today, we're making a new plate for the center console. So this plate usually goes right in here, right? And that whole center console piece sits in there. So the tough part with making the plate is this is what my shifter looks like underneath. These are wired into, it's kind of messy, but these are wired into the plus minus buttons that are usually on the column shifter. And then this guy is just on a couple micro switches that are down in there. That's what that looks like underneath. So this is my harness for my aux beam 6-gain switch. So what we're doing today is doing this new one. So I decided that having the switches up here was a pain in the butt, having to reach around if I have a drink or something. So that was kind of inconvenient. And I already have 2 cup holders at the back of the shifter or the console, so I don't need more. So I'm going one there. I have this very cool 8-gang switch panel that will be going there because I'm going to get some ground lights. Like, gonna have my regular 6 switches. That one will be for my ground lights for when I'm crawling around or at camp. Don't know what that one's gonna be for yet, but it'll be nice to have one open because right now I don't. So boom, that goes there. Magnet mic mount is gonna go there. Got my 1 cup holder, got my shifter, and then I still have 2 more cup holders. That's 3 cup holders up front. This is gonna be a project to wire up because I have to do a whole new relay box and everything. Probably only gonna take me 2 hours, but Wyatt wakes up in 1 hour and I don't have that much time. So we're gonna get this done today and then we're gonna call it. So I'm drilling holes right now for this guy, and it'll look like that by the end of today. The only issue with doing Sharpie on ABS is you can't see anything. These are the holes for the 8-gang switch. I'm just using the bracket as a template to get those all squared up. Boom. I'm using this guy just as a template to drill holes for the 6-gang. And we'll square it up so it looks all nice, but. So let's make sure that those are all lined up. Boom. So for these aux beam panels, I did this with the 6-gang too, is just use the bracket they give you as a template to line everything up, right? Okay, magnet works. That's gonna get annoying. So we're gonna set this up right here and just give ourselves a line going straight across. It's kind of even. Boom, cool. And that is what we will work off. I should have done it on the other side, whatever. So, and then this is gonna be our hole for our wiring harness. Very cool, very neat. Okay. So this is gonna go back in here. Cool. Okay, what do I need to do now? I need to get a step bit. Drill out this big guy. I think if I just go right here. Cool. Okay, boom. That guy fits through. That's nice. And I think I'm just a little bit off. Nah, I'll be good. Boom, right there. Flip this bad boy over. and figure out where our little guys are. And then we will send this guy in here. Boom. Oh, I got it. Let's go. That's too small. We need a bigger one. Boom. Dude, I can smell my neighbor's cigarettes from over here. It is 7 a.m. I thought I smelled one earlier at 6 a.m. too. Shotty's just over there getting after it. Might be kind of crooked, but whatever. Ta-da. Got those two done. This thing is gonna try and get cranked out of my hands. There it is. When you're cutting through plastic like that, put it in reverse because you just burn a hole through it and then it doesn't bite on you. I forgot about that. There we go. Boom. And that'll squish right in there, right? Oh, that's a nice tight fit. There we go. That's exactly what you want right there. Good. Tight fit. We got this done. Gonna zip these guys in just so it stops scooting around on me. This is the thing where I'm like, how perfect do I really need it to be, you know? And the answer is not really, because I'm not Morgan Clark, and this isn't a $100,000 race truck. If you ask Carvana, she's only worth 4K. Those are all in, that's in. This needs to go the rest of the way in. There we go. We have ourselves a plate for our center console. I figure it looks nicer if you get all the Sharpie lines off of it, you know? We'll zip that in there. Does this work again? Nice. Okay, so there's that. Is in there. Love that. Tuck that in. And then let's pray that this all fits up the way I want it to. Nice and straight. Get this cord out of here. I've redone this like 6 times, and I think the last time, the hole I got on the shifter was the best it's ever been. That's a pretty noise. The shift handle is the first thing me and Wyatt built together. He was a baby, just sleeping in his little car seat, and I would chip away at that handle in the mornings while Miranda was sleeping. Let's get this little guy in here. Boom. That looks nice. This is just gonna sit right here. I think that's pretty nice. I don't know if I'll leave this here all the time. I think it looks cool. Shifty. Got my cup holder. It's nice and snug. I think that looks okay for what we need. Does this work? Beautiful. And all my switches work. The switches were up here, and I'd have my coffee cup like right here. So I'm trying to reach around and get to the switches, and then I just end up throwing my coffee cup in the back. So I can put that here. It doesn't get in the way of anything, and we're good. And then Miranda can have her cup here. That's nice. Okay, well, and I still have 40 minutes until Wyatt wakes up, so we will clean up the garage a little bit.